Hello there, thanks for joining us here on Ideal World. Today we team up with Planet Cruise to talk about what could possibly be your next holiday. Now throughout the show you'll hear me saying, oh, I've been here, or I've been there, oh, I enjoyed this, or I've been on that cruise line. Please don't think for one moment that I'm minted and that I've been on lots and lots of cruises. I worked on ships for 18 years, so I will be throwing in lots of hints and lots of information that I'd like to share with you, but it's only because I worked on them. I don't want you to misunderstand that. Now, I'm very glad to tell you that our expert today also worked on the cruise ships for many, many years. Let me introduce Keith to you. Great to see you, Keith.
And you, Paul.
Thanks for coming along today.
You are minted, though, as well, of course.
All right. No, I would like to start, before we get going, rather than talking about a particular cruise line, if we could find out a little bit about Planet Cruise and why we should book with Planet Cruise.
Yeah, well, we are the largest independent cruise agent in the UK, and we've been operating for over 10 years. And as you're going to see throughout the course of the show, we're the #1 agent and #1 booker for many of the lines that we sell for. And because we're independent, that means that we're not affiliated to any one particular brand, so we can give you proper independent advice. On top of that, all the people that work for us have either worked in the cruise industry themselves, like myself, or cruise regularly, so they can give you information again from the horse's mouth. We've got a 96% feedback rating for our work, our customer service. We're multi-award winning, and beyond that as well, we're ATOL and ABTA bonded, so your money's safe when you book with us.
Which obviously is very, very important. Now, many of you will be hearing some of these cruises for the very first time, wondering, you know, what's right for you. Let's take a moment just to have a little, I guess, a preview, a hint of what we can expect throughout this particular show.
Yeah, we've got some great cruises coming up, Paul. We really, really do. So we've got a great chance to go with Azamara on an amazing ship going around the Eastern Mediterranean. We've got an adult-only cruise with P&O on the Adonia, their smallest ship, which is exploring the coast of Ireland. We've also got a wonderful chance coming up with Norwegian Cruise Lines for $599 for a 10-night cruise out to the Canaries, and something very special which has never ever happened, a complete exclusive that's unique to Planet Cruise that we'll give you information on a little bit later.
A little later in the show, we're going to take the opportunity to speak to Glenn, who's from Royal Caribbean, and find out a little snippet of information that they'd like to share with us as well. But let's move to our first cruise, a great line, a classic cruise line, NCL, Norwegian Caribbean Line.
Yes, that's right, Norwegian Cruise Line. Now, they are a fantastic company, and you're going to see some footage now, some VT footage. We're going to give you a bit more of a flavour of the industry here, and of the actual company themselves. They're an American cruise line, Paul.
Yeah.
And, you know, they've been going for quite a few years. They're all about freestyle cruising. So it's about a very relaxed, laid-back experience, which is really interactive, really fun. And again, if your idea of cruising is that you have to dress up every night, but it's really formal, it's all about ballroom dancing and eating at a certain time, then this is the complete opposite of that, because you can eat when you want. They've got entertainment from big names like the Blue Man Group that you might see in Las Vegas, who are absolutely incredible. They've got the big Broadway-style shows. This particular ship, Norwegian Epic, launched in 2010, is fantastic. The Cirque Dreams, the Cirque du Soleil, they are on board. You can go and have a meal, and they'll be coming down on the silks all around you while you eat this fantastic dinner. You go through to the Manhattan Room on board, a fantastic dance venue, and again, there's dedicated shows specifically built around that really incorporate the kind of ballroom theme. This is the first ship ever to have an ice bar at sea. Wow. So you're going to get a chance to go and maybe have a chilled cocktail in that wonderful, wonderful environment of 17 degrees. Yeah, coats are recommended on that one. There's so many different entertainment venues on board that you will never, ever, ever get bored. And it's a great cruise ship for the whole family. So whether you're going there as a solo traveller, whether you're going there with your partner, whether you're going there with a young family or an older family, there's something for everyone. Great selection of different staterooms. So wonderful different staterooms to enjoy, from outsides, where you just got a porthole, to balconies, to suites, to insides. You've got a great different option there for you to choose from. And again, the service. The service with Norwegian Cruise Line, it's always service with a smile, very, very friendly cabin stewards that turn down your cabin twice a day, and a great selection of different dining. So you're looking at steakhouses, to French, to Italian, to tapas, to sushi, to wonderful ornate buffets, to having a traditional English breakfast. And then you're getting outside onto the deck, you're enjoying the sunshine, you're enjoying the water park. These ships actually have water parks on board, so you saw some of the slides there. There is literally so much to do. My favourite thing about this particular ship, which has 23 different dining choices, is what they call the 23. The churrasqueria, which is the Brazilian steakhouse, where they keep on bringing meat until you say no more.
That is amazing, and it's fair to say, you know, that your ship is really part of your destination. It's a big part of your holiday. It's like picking a hotel in your favourite port, but of course the ports continue to change. In fact, let's take an opportunity to see the itinerary and see where you'll be going.
So we're flying you out straight away to Barcelona, and again, that's all included in the price, $599. That's why it's such good value. Barcelona, incredible place to leave from, and of course, as you're heading out, you've got a relaxing day at sea to enjoy this ship. Go to the Cirque du Soleil, see them, go and enjoy the Blue Man Group, go and enjoy one of those 23 different dining options, have a cocktail out on deck. Then you arrive in Morocco, this extravagant tapestry of ancient mosques, colourful souks and friendly faces, magical slice of Morocco, and a playground of the rich and famous. Then we're heading out for another relaxing day at sea. Still plenty to do, plenty to enjoy. Maybe relax in a spa, get a massage, let all your worries melt away before we hit the Canary Islands. 355 days of sunshine in a year. Hallelujah. Amazing. You know, this is an incredible place for you to enjoy. And Gran Canaria's golden dunes that are drenched in this year-round sunshine. You've got these rugged mountains hiding these pretty little villages that are whitewashed. The stone is whitewashed. And you see the ladies there in the traditional black, almost like the black full gowns, hanging out there washing and baking fresh bread. You can go and explore Bandama Crater, which is over 3,000 foot high, one of the few inhabited craters in the world. You can go and explore the Arucas Mountains and see Gran Canaria's rugged coast, or go out and see the dolphins. But look at that coastline, Paul. That's what this island's like when you go and explore.
It's like looking at the Grand Canyon. I mean, it's just stunning.
Then it's Tenerife. So you've got another one of the Canary Islands now. Snow-capped peaks, Spain's highest mountain, Mount Teide. You know, the Gran Canary National Park, well, that's Canada's National Park. Take the cable car up. You can walk and hike and just enjoy this natural wonderland. You can maybe drive through the Orotava Valley, which is full of vineyards and banana plantations. And again, that's Mount Teide there. We said the Spain's highest mountain. Or you can head out to Laura Park, particularly if you're there with the family. This is a great award-winning wildlife park with parrots, dolphins, sea lions and gorillas. They've all got their own show. It's really, really good fun.
It's the sand black there. It looked like it was black
there is areas of the Canaries. We've got black sand beaches as well, Paul, as well as that beautiful golden yellow. Madeira's next. Okay, so we're now heading out into what we call the hanging basket of the Atlantic. This is my favourite destination by a mile. It's an incredible favourite of Winston Churchill. You can still have afternoon tea like he enjoyed in Reed's Palace, looking down at your ship in the port from high up in the mountains, where you're covered by this beautiful jasmine and bougainvillea and the iconic dragon tree and these dramatic cliffs that you're seeing that stretch around the island. You can go and do the covered markets there where the locals all still dress up in the traditional wear and where they're selling the flowers. And this is a flower-filled island. You can toboggan down the hill and you can enjoy the sweet Madeiran wine. Right, then we're going to head from relaxing day at sea through to Malaga. This is on the sun-drenched Costa del Sol. It's a Moorish delight and it's a great chance for you to hike right to the top, Gibraltar Castle for the views. It's the best place in Spain to get tapas, Paul, in my opinion. It's the heart of Andalusia. So this is bullfighting country, really passionate. You've got the spirit of flamenco here. And then you head back down through the Alcazaba, looking across the African coast, 11th century gardens, and then enjoy maybe the Picasso Museum, because this is where Picasso was born.
Wow, it is a stunning, stunning trip. Let's take a moment to look at what's included in this deal, because it's phenomenal value for money. When you bear in mind this is from as little as £599, if you ever said, oh, I couldn't afford a cruise, think again, because £599 is such a great deal. And that's for a 10-night cruise, not a 7-night. Free all-inclusive drinks package if you book a balcony or above. Return flights are included from London Gatwick and overseas transfers. Of course, if you're thinking, oh, what about Birmingham, what about another part of the country, then call the team. The number's at the bottom of the screen. It's free to call them. And, of course, you can have a chat and ask them any of those sorts of questions. 10 nights on board. Brilliant deal for January and February 2016. Take the opportunity to get your cruise booked. You've got a whole year to look forward to this with a deposit only.
So incredible, Paul, really, because by the time you pay for that balcony upgrade, because you're getting the free all-inclusive drinks package, you know, that's less than the cost of a drinks package anyway. Yeah. So it's a no-brainer.
It is. It's a stunning cruise, and I love that ship. You can't miss it because you see all the ribbons down the side of it. In fact, a lot of other cruise lines are starting to do the same idea. One of my favourite cruise lines is without doubt Princess. If you've ever watched the cruise show, you'll know why. It's because I was on board a Princess ship when I proposed to my wife. This is the Caribbean Princess. Let's take a look at these 7 nights that you're going to enjoy on this particular trip. And again, look at the price, £649. And you've got a free upgrade from interior to balcony. There is a flash sale on right now, so if you book before Sunday, you are going to get this amazing deal. Huge savings available for you. You can save up to £680 on this. Now, you'll also notice that you've got the opportunity to get down to Southampton. You can go the night before, stay at the Marriott, and, of course, you can then enjoy free parking. Let's just show you the Marriott itself.
Planet Cruise have a great partnership with the Marriott Mean Valley 4-star hotel here in Southampton. Bed, breakfast, free car parking, transfers to and from the port are actually all included. Now, I arrived earlier yesterday. I had someone take care of my bags. I went for a swim. I had the most amazing night's sleep, and I've just finished off a hearty breakfast. And now, with my car safely parked, I'm about to take the chauffeur-driven shuttle to Southampton Port, which is a mere 12 miles away. And then when my cruise is over, they'll drop me off here and I can drive safely home.
Yeah, that was Sean when he was just about to take one of his cruises, and he's been on a few already.
He has, and the great thing about that Me on Valley deal, it's an ongoing half-price offer that we've got with them. So again, we're passing on our savings that we get a Planet Cruise to you, the customer.
But it includes parking as well.
Includes parking, so it's such good value. And your holiday starts a day early.
Yeah.
You know, and that private chauffeur experience to the port and pick up at the end is perfect.
But let's take a moment to see your home for that particular trip. This is the Caribbean Princess.
Yeah, well, again, a line that you know a lot about, Paul, yourself, and we are, again, the #1 UK independent agent for Princess Cruises, so the best place for you to book your Princess Cruises with us at Planet Cruise. An amazing experience. They're an American cruise company, and they're all about consistency, Princess. You know, whichever ship you go on in the fleet, you're going to see the same amazing service, you're going to see the same amazing options when it comes to dining, from the Italians, for Italian dining, you know, with the pizzerias and the beautiful pastas, all the way through to a chance to sit and get a pizzeria, a chance for you to then also have amazing options like the outside, you know, the sea screens that they have where you can sit under movies under the stars and see these huge concerts. This very consistent, so you always feel familiar. Then you've got, again, tons of deck space for you to go out and enjoy and relax. You've got a chance to enjoy great comedy from the UK, from the States, wonderful Broadway-style shows, and everything works on what they call the piazza system with Princess. So they have the wonderful kind of piazza right in the centre, in the atrium, and around that you've got a selection of kind of places you can sit and dine, and there'll be spontaneous performances that will suddenly erupt, where suddenly you might get a sword swallower, or you might get a juggler, or someone doing stuff on a BMX, you know. It's really interactive, it's really fun. Again, a great variety of different staterooms for you to enjoy. Remember, all of that is included, the accommodation, your food, and your entertainment. It's all included in the price you're seeing on the screen. The other lovely thing about Princess as well is they've invented a lot of stuff and added it to the industry. The chef's table they offer, where you and maybe 11 other guests will go and have a meal cooked by a chef in front of you, and he'll take you through the menu step by step. They also do a backstage tour, or behind-the-scenes tour, where you go down to the engine rooms and go onto the bridge and see the modern workings of a ship. But it's all about traditional class with modern innovation, shall we say.
Yeah, beautiful lines. In fact, that's a ship you can see sitting behind you right now. Can you imagine
being
in the port of call, looking out at sea and seeing your ship, your hotel, sitting right there? It's so gorgeous. It's just stunning. Now, I want to remind you that this deal just dropped in price yesterday, and it really is about price. If you're looking for a bargain on a beautiful cruise line, this is one to consider. Now, of course, the great thing is you're sailing from Southampton, coming back to Southampton, so you can take as much luggage as you like.
You're right. As many shoes, as many handbags, as much, you know, as much as you want to take with you as possible, and then you're heading out to Bruges. Now, this is your chance, of course, to go through to Zeebrugge itself, go through maybe to Brussels, the capital of Belgium, the home of NATO. But for me, it's all about Bruges itself. This beautiful old paradise place where you can explore down the canals. You get lost in this. It's like it's stood in time, you know, and we're going around this, you know, this architecture, which is absolutely stunning, down these canals. You're getting an idea here of some of the images. The whole centre of it is an UNESCO World Heritage Site. You can go and see the Diamond Museum, maybe the Lace Centre. I love Choco's Story, where you learn all about chocolate's origins and how it's produced, and you can try some of the amazing chocolate that Belgium produces. Relaxing day at sea before you go to Copenhagen. You get an overnight here. This is amazing. This is a chance for you to enjoy a city of spires, where people rather than cars set the pace. It's the Venice of the North. It's founded on this series of little islands, and it's all interlinked by these graceful canals and beautiful bridges. Go and see Hans Christian Andersen's Little Mermaid. Go and stroll down Nijhaven, where his home used to be, full of a 17th century waterfront district. Head out to Friedensburg Castle, Rosenberg Castle, and many others, and enjoy the incredible food like the Danish pastries and the Smoothersburg. Oh, delicious. Right, Helsingborg is next. This is your great chance to enjoy a place. It's quite a rare chance to enjoy a place that sits on this narrow strait which separates Sweden and Denmark. And you've got this old medieval town sitting opposite with the Danish town of Helsingør. And that was the setting for Shakespeare's Hamlet. That's incredible because you get a chance to go through to Kronborg Castle, which gives you amazing views of the coast, and again all the history there to be or not to be, the bard and all the procrastination that goes with that. Great chance to get some fresh sea air. Then you're going from there on to Oslo. This is your final port of call, and out of these, probably my favourite because it's incredible. You've got these forest-clad slopes plunging down into these beautiful fjords. It's Scandinavia's oldest capital city. You're going to be docked right by here, the Akershus Castle. You can go up in the gardens, look down the fjord, you can look over the whole of Oslo, go and see the Nobel Peace Prize Museum on the waterfront there, Paul, which I know is a favourite of yours. Go and see the original of the Scream, and then go through to the Visual and Sculpture Park as well. Again, you can explore it via the water. It's got a great different system of ferries that will get you around.
I'll personally recommend that trip. Just absolutely wonderful. When you bear in mind you can take as much luggage as you want. It's nice if you want to dress up. Let me remind you too that you've got ID numbers down on the left-hand side. 78441 is the ID number for this particular trip. They are down there on that blue bar. And don't forget, this price just dropped yesterday. Now, if you are thinking about the kids too, there's a trip available during the school holidays. How cool is that? And of course, our starting price just $649. Imagine the fun you can have with the entire family, taking a break, putting your feet up, let someone else do all the work for you. But this is a flash sale, so take advantage. Book this before Sunday. Book this before Sunday. Princess, I think you'll love it. I think that's one of the lines that people will go back to time and time
They will
and
do.
time
And
again.
this, for a balcony, is so incredible because you are going to have a chance to sail into all these amazing places. The sailing to Oslo, as you know, Paul, you know, you'll be out on deck for a couple of hours, so imagine seeing that from your own balcony, having a glass of champers, toasting the Vikings as you sail past. Wonderful.
Now, let's take a moment to move on to our next trip. We're going to Azamara. I've still got a very good friend, actually, who works for this particular line. He's head of entertainment for them in their entirety. And it really is a first-class operation. Let's take the opportunity to see this 11-night trip.
Now. 2007, the multi-award-winning Azamara Journey is one of the most talked about ships in the cruise industry. Good things come in small packages, and she only weighs 30,000 tonnes and has 344 staterooms, so she offers a really intimate feel. If all you want to do is soak up some sun and enjoy the pool, you're going to be in heaven. But actually, there's so many other things to do as well, from wine tasting, dance lessons, culinary demonstrations and onboard lectures. Azamara's onboard enrichment programme offers so much in the way of knowledge and fun. So as day turns to night, it's time to head to one of Journey's little spots to have a nice drink. There's loads of choice depending on what you fancy. If you just want a nice coffee, you could go to Mosaics. If you fancy a cheeky glass of vino, head to the Discoveries Lounge, or go to the Looking Glass. That is so nice there. They've got like floor-to-ceiling glass, so beautiful views. Or you could come here. This is the Sunset Bar, which I really like, and I've got a nice little cocktail on the go. So let's face it, the food on any cruise is so important, and on the Azamara Journey, every single meal will not disappoint. You can go and have the buffet, which is far more casual, or choose from two specialty restaurants. You've got Prime Sea, which is the steakhouse, or you can come here, which is Aquilinas. This is an Italian restaurant with a modern twist, and they're even going to change the menu halfway through the cruise, so no matter how many times you come, you'll be spoilt for choice. On the Azamara Journey, there is plenty to do and see. You could pop along to the cabaret and see some live theatre, or come here to the Looking Glass and get serenaded by live musicians, or perhaps go to a poolside party and dance the night away. 90% of the staterooms have an ocean view, which is wonderful, of course, when you're sailing into all these beautiful ports. Every stateroom has such a comfortable bed, very important, and nice little touches like fresh cut flowers and fruit delivered to your door. But whatever stateroom you book, you're going to have a really luxurious, lovely little haven to retreat to.
There you go. This has been a bestseller for Planet Cruise, and I'm confident you'll fall madly in love with it. Before you actually get to go on the ship, you get a couple of days in Athens.
That's right. Again, all included in the price of what you're seeing on the screen with this wonderful 5-star cruise line. So we're flying out to Athens, and you're going to stay in a 5-star hotel for 2 nights. Chance for you to explore this amazing city, to climb the Acropolis, to see the Parthenon, sun-bleached in all its glory, to go and explore those wonderful little quirky Monostrati street markets and grab yourself a bargain, maybe sit down to Taverna, have a Greek salad as you bake up the sun. maybe go and see the changing of the high-kicking skirted guard at Constitution Square, go down to the ancient Agora, see where Plato and Socrates declaimed and gave birth to the whole idea of democracy. It's an incredible place. Or head out to the Corinth Canal, which splits the isthmus there of Greece, and you can see the ships squeezing their way through this kind of little canal that's been cut out of pure rock. It's incredible. Right, then you're getting on board the ship. And as Gemma showed us so lovely there, 9 days cruising on board this beautiful vessel. And your first port of call is going to be Crete. And this is an incredible island. It's beautiful, and you're on the north coast, which is full of beautiful beaches, great history, geography, and incredible cookery. I love the seafood in Crete. It's one of the things I always do is go and get some fresh fish. Blue flag beaches literally stretch along the whole part of the north coast of Greece. Then you can also go through to Knossos Palace, see the history there of Ariadne and the Minotaur and King Minos. Yeah. If you are going to go and explore, just take a ball of thread just in case you get lost. But that dates back over 2,000 years. It's incredible. You've got the Samaria Gorge as well, which is the longest gorge in Europe, which is absolutely stunning. And literally you come out and you overlook the Libyan Sea at the end, but take some water with you because it can get quite hot. Okay, from there, relaxing day at sea before you go through to Cyprus. Incredible island again. Paphos is where you're going to be docking. This is your chance maybe to head through to Famagusta and check out the eerie old quarter. It was abandoned when the Turks invaded in the 70s. You've got Nicosia, the last divided capital city in the world, which has still got a wall right through the middle of it, and it's half Turk, half Greek. Head out into the Troodos Mountains. I've explored those on my motorbike many, many times when my brother was positioned over here. Incredible mountains, great to go up and see little villages such as Lefkada and see the famous lace making. Then we're through to Turkey. Alania's next. This was a favourite hangout of Queen Cleopatra. In fact, she was given it as a gift by Mark Antony. What a gift, eh? I fancy being given a town one time or another, if any of you've got a spare one you want to throw my way. But it's a beautiful chance for you to go and see a huge fortress and to head out to the beautiful Magvat waterfalls. Kassis next. This is on what they call the turquoise coast. It's an unspoilt fishing village where you'll still see the fishermen hauling in their catch from the harbour and laying it out, and you can have maybe a coffee in some shady tea gardens. It's beautiful. Right, then we're going through to Rhodes. Now, I've got to say I'm a huge fan of Rhodes. Where you're going to dock down the old town, the whole of the fortification was built by the Knights of St John. That's Lindos, that's further down the coast. It'll take you about an hour to get down there, 45 minutes, but it's well worth it because the view from the Acropolis at Lindos is supposed to be the best in the whole of Greece. But the old town itself is great. You can go in through the Gate of the Virgins, into, and not every, you know, and then you go through into the old town, you explore it, and you can actually just explore it takes you back to the 14th century. It's all carved out of sandstone, and you see the coats of the knights that used to work and live there still engraved over the doors. That's part of it there in the old town.
That's the old town.
Right, then from Rhodes, you're then going through to another incredible island, Mykonos, and this is a real picture postcard destination with these iconic 16th century windmills that dot the island. You can walk the waterfront of Little Venice that of course featured in Shirley Valentine. You can explore Chora itself, which was built to confuse pirates, and it's a real mishmash warren of lanes, and it's great because you can sit down, again, sit in a taverna and just soak up the sun, go and see the local mascot of the island, Patronus the Pelican, and his full-time carer, enjoy an amazing beach life, or head over to Delos, nearby Delos, which is the birthplace of the god Apollo. So incredible, incredible cruise. Relaxing day at sea before you're back to Istanbul, and then you fly from Istanbul to Heathrow. And of course, arriving in Istanbul itself, Paul, stunning, as you know. Just that sailing, although you're not going to get much time to explore Istanbul because you're flying home, the sailing alone is worth it. It's a truly stunning sailing. Look at that. That's some of the images you're going to see there with the Hagia Sophia, Church of Holy Wisdom, and the Blue Mosque.
It is fantastic. It's worth being out on the decks. Plan that. The arrival is just amazing. You get to see Hagia Sophia, the Blue Mosque, and it's just incredible. Have your cameras available too. Now, of course, Azamara do some great things. They include some great things. They like to be more inclusive rather than all-inclusive. And one of the things they include is the As Amazing Evenings. Should we take an opportunity to see one?
The most unique aspect of an Azamara Club cruise is the As Amazing Evenings. So for one night, the entire ship is invited along to experience some local culture in a really special way. So for instance, you could be in Tuscany in the hillsides listening to three tenors, or be getting the red carpet treatment before the ballet in St. Petersburg. But tonight we're in Sorrento and we are about to experience some amazing Italian cuisine and entertainment. much does it cost? Well, this bespoke experience is completely complimentary.
You can see why that's been a bestseller for Planet Cruise. Take advantage of it. From £1,439, return flights included on that. And we can provide flights from other parts of the country. Again, call the team. The number's right there at the bottom of the screen. Write it down. You can call them later in the day, but write it down. 0800 781 5458. ID number for that particular cruise is 96670. That will be helpful if you're calling or even if you're going to planetcruise.co.uk. Now, bear in mind, here at Ideal World, these shows are live. They're not pre-recorded. They are live, and information is constantly coming into us. I believe we've had something come in right now.
We have. Before I go to this, I should say, actually, Paul, the big thing about Azamara that we need to say is that if you want to spend more time in port and you'd like to see the ports in more detail, that's why Azamara are so good for you, because they spend longer in port, they're a smaller ship, they get in further. So do bear that in mind. That's a big, big difference between them and some of their competitors. Right, I have had this in, and this is a first for Planet. This is brilliant. So this is a Planet Cruise exclusive that's come through to us. No other agent. You're not going to find this anywhere else. We've got a 7 nights fjord sailing in early May with a premium cruise line for a balcony for $999. That's just under £1,000. That's a 7-night balcony fjord sailing for $999. You need to call to book, and this is not available anywhere else, and this is a 5-star plus premium cruise line. Wow. So get on the phone number there that you can see, 0800 781 5458, and call. Now,
if you're thinking, I've got questions to ask, or I want to, I don't know, watch a bit more information, then it's easy to stay in touch with Planet Cruise. You've got the opportunity to sign up for their newsletter, so you're constantly reminded of what the deals are available. If you want to, you can get hold of them and you can ask for a free copy of the Journey brochure. You can just call the number at the bottom of the screen and ask for that, and it's absolutely free of charge. And their website has been updated. The great thing about the new website is lots of videos on there, so you can actually see the ports of call, see the ships that you're likely to visit, and really pick out your holidays. Don't forget, Planet Cruise is not about a package holiday. It's about a bespoke holiday, a trip that is just for you, and they can change the details to suit your needs.
Absolutely true. So, for instance, on that last deal there with Azamara, if you wanted to stay in Istanbul at the end, we could do that. We could give you a 4 or 5 night or just a 2-night stay in Istanbul. So we tailor-make it to your requirements.
Now, we're going to move on to another previous bestseller. I'm confident you will have heard of this particular line. It's Holland America. And in this particular time, we're going to be starting our trip by taking you all the way out to Santiago.
Yeah, South America, an incredible place to cruise to, and that's what cruising does. It opens up so many amazing destinations. So you're flying out to Santiago, you've got 2 nights there in an amazing hotel, and this, literally, the whole city sits there. Look at that photo at the foot of the Andes with the snow-capped mountains there, an incredible dramatic mountain range. You know, the air here is some of the freshest in the world. You're going to absolutely love it. You've got a chance to explore this amazing city. You've got Chile's an internationally renowned wine district, just a short drive to the south. You can go through to the main square and see the changing of the guard, which is every other day at 10 AM. Maybe take the funicular through to the UNESCO harbour of Valparaiso, and of course enjoy the Bella Vista neighbourhood, which is bursting with street art and great food, and one of the homes of the Nobel Poet Prize Pablo Neruda, which he built for his 3rd wife, just his 3rd wife as you do, built a home for each of them, which is really beautiful. It's full of winding street gardens. Okay.
Well, before we go anywhere else, let's take an opportunity now to see your ship, to see your home for this particular cruise.
Amidst the huge choice that's now available within cruising, Holland America Line offers an experience that's quite unique. It's premium class, but not pretentious. It's elite without being expensive. And with a proud history stretching back over 140 years, Holland America Line is perfect for the discerning traveller who loves to see the world from the comfort of an elegant hotel at sea. Known for the most extensive menus at sea, served gracefully in elegant restaurants. Thank you.
Bon appetit.
Holland America Line offer a plethora of excellent dining options. In the main dining rooms, guests may choose from fixed or flexible dining times, and the service is always gracious and the menu both varied and delicious. Fans of Italian food will salivate at the offerings from Canaletto's, and everyone will enjoy the steak and seafood of the wonderful Pinnacle Grill. Enjoying a few drinks in the company of friends both old and new is one of the highlights of any cruise. For some, it might be a glass of bubbly or a tasty martini in mix, whilst for others, a pre-show tipple in the ocean bar will be just what the doctor ordered. Whichever location you choose, expert bartenders will remember your preferred cocktail, or they'll help you discover a new favourite. Holland America's latest trump card is On Location, which brings the ports you visit alive through regionally inspired cookery classes, artisan workshops and local entertainment. You can experience steel drum lessons in the Caribbean, or Tai Chi classes in Asia, or a legendary ketchup dance in Bali. The evenings on board glitter with so many choices, with live music, thrilling stage shows, and the ever-popular Dancing with the Stars at Sea programme. Bored? Not a chance. It's about getting the little things right, and nowhere is this more obvious than the accommodation. All Holland America Line staterooms have premium plush Eurotop mattresses, 100% Egyptian cotton bed linens, extra fluffy towels, and deluxe terry bathrobes. Recent additions include innovative massage shower heads, lighted magnifying makeup mirrors, and stylish hair dryers. And of course, your complimentary fruit basket.
He always has to have the fruit, doesn't he? Always has the fruit.
Well, it's healthy, you know.
Come on, let's take an opportunity to see the itinerary, because it is stunning. Of course, we're going all the way around the southern tip of Americas.
Yeah, and you're going to get a chance to cruise the Cape Horn. Wow, that's all we can say to this. So you've got on board the ship now, Vaporaiser. You're heading out 14 nights on board this amazing ship. Do the iPod tour as you walk around and see the amazing artwork. Relaxing day at sea before you pull into Puerto Montt. That's your first port of call. Again, this is the gateway to Chile's magnificent Lake District. Snow-capped volcanoes gazing down on these alpine valleys nestled into low hills with these dramatic rivers. Just look at those pictures. And again, this whole area was actually originally settled by lots of German immigrants. You can see their legacy in these manicured rose gardens if you go through to Puerto Varas and the German villages of this area. Or, of course, go up to Fujiyama, which is, well, I say that, Osorno, which is the Fujiyama of South America. That's the mountain that you can go up and enjoy. It's a bit of a climb, but it's worth it. Okay, then you go through to Puerto Chacabuco. This is your next port of call. This is your gateway to the wild and beautiful Aysén district of Chile. That's just south of Puerto Montt, where we were. And again, here, huge cliffs, massive plummeting waterfalls with these immense river valleys, and again the snowy backdrop of the southern Andes. You can explore the gorges and the forest of the Rio Simpson National Preserve and see it all, these amazing vistas. You're sailing in right up along these mountains, and you're seeing an abundance of wildlife.
You'd think that was Alaska to look at it, wouldn't you?
You would. So cruising the Chilean fjords, you're going through these studded fjords full of dolphins, penguins and sea lions. Then you're going to cruise through the Straits of what they call Magellan. We're named after the famous explorer. And you're going to see that. The Carnel Sarmiento is the next, is just before that as well. So this is all a massive cruising area where there's just so much to see. And Magellan through there, you've got the penguin colonies there that you can go and see. It's an incredible opportunity. Then you're going to call into a place called Ushuaia, which is surrounded on three sides by towering peaks, and it's a former penal colony, and it's just on the Beagle Channel, and it's spectacularly sited amongst these waterfalls, glaciers and beach forests with an amazing marine life. And again, penguins wherever you go. It's incredible. Okay, then you're going to cruise round Cape Horn. So you're seeing pictures here of Ushuaia that we talked about there. It's almost kind of something out of Lord of the Rings, that image there, wasn't it? Really, really incredible, really green and vibrant. Cruise round Cape Horn. After you've done this, you are entitled to have one foot on the dinner table and wear a gold loop earring. There's some of the things that the sailors used to do if they survived cruising around the Cape Horn. Of course, in those days it was risky. In these days, it's not. You're on a beautiful modern cruise ship. And then you're going to cruise up to the Falkland Isles, which I know is a favourite of yours, Paul, and is an abundant place full of wildlife. So you've got a chance to see penguins, whales, dolphins, the albatross, fens, an abundance of flowers, including the delicate pale maidens. And again, more penguins. This is the penguin cruise. Then a relaxing day at sea before you head through to Montevideo, which is nestled between Brazil and Argentina. It's Uruguay. It's the second smallest country in South America, one of the most literate nations in the world. A lot of great education there. It's beautiful. It's a charming kind of European feel to the capital. These beautiful stately buildings that you can walk past. But when you head out from the city, the countryside is full of ranch land, and it's all about the life of the gaucho, the cowboy. It's all part of local law. You can go and see the Gaucho Museum. You can go and see them in action with their kind of horse-rustling antics. Or go through to the pork market itself, and it's an indoor maze of vendors with all these tantalising meats. Beautiful. OK, then you're going to have to move on, sadly, from Montevideo, and you're going through to Buenos Aires. Not only have you got an overnight on board on the ship, But then when you get off from that, we're then giving you an extra 2 nights in a fantastic hotel in Buenos Aires. So you're getting 3 full days to explore this amazing city in Argentina. And again, you're getting an idea now of some of the video footage of some of what you can see. This is the Paris of the South. And it was settled after the cattle boom of the 1880s. And the city features great architecture, again, acres of woods and parks. Again, these hearty Argentinian wines and meats, the great steaks that you know that. And again, the life of the gaucho, life of the cowboy, a chance to go out and do some horse riding, see some of the local countryside. You can head into the tango clubs of the La Boca district,
amazing.
You know, and go and enjoy the incredible area, which is in these bright reds and yellows and greens and blues, that was settled by the Italians, where they gave birth to the whole idea of the tango and this whole idea of this beautiful, passionate dancing. I haven't even mentioned Eva Perón, of course. You can go and see her, you know, the cemetery, the huge cemetery, and see her mausoleum if you want to. Head through to the main town square. Definitely eat out a lot after you've been through to the Recoleta Cemetery, or go through to the Colón Theatre, one of the world's great opera houses, which is just an immense place to go and see a show. You've got a chance, you're there for 3 nights, go and see a show in the Colón Theatre. So it's an incredible mixed pool of different things for you to do, and an incredible chance to explore an amazing area in a lot of detail, unpacking just once.
Yeah, I'm going to recommend it to you because I was lucky enough to do this cruise back in 1999, 60-day cruises we were doing. Let's just take you through the ship itself, because it is a gorgeous ship. This is the Zaandam. And when we cruised on Holland America, I say we, I went with my wife, and it actually was a real holiday. The best food we have ever had on cruise ships. Let's just remind you what's included in this trip. Free up to $275 worth of spend per stateroom. You got your return flights included. Of course, you've got the opportunity to fly from most UK airports. Again, talk to the team. The number's at the bottom of the screen, and they can answer any questions that we may not have covered for you. You've got that 2-night stay in your 4-star hotels in Santiago, in Chile, and Buenos Aires in Argentina. It is a phenomenal opportunity. You can see the prices available. Don't forget, this was a previous bestseller, and you've got the stay, the cruise, and then the stay. And of course, the other great thing is get yourself an upgrade. You can go from ocean to an ocean view for just £100. That works out something like £5 per person per night extra, and it's well worth the spend. Don't miss out on it. Do not miss out on it. Well, we've got lots more to show to you, so let's take the opportunity now to have a look at P&O and the Adonia. What exactly are we seeing here?
Yeah, so P&O, an amazing brand. Over 177 years they've been taking people around the world, Paul, and this is a chance for you to sail on the Adonia. It's an adult-only paradise. It's their smallest ship, and it's one of the former Renaissance class ships.
That's right.
And it's a wonderful, beautiful, classic cruise ship. It's not got all the big gimmicks that you'll find on some of these big all-single dancing ships, and that's what's so wonderful about it. It's stylish, it's sophisticated, and it focuses great service. And because there's a smaller number of people on board, it's only 30,000 tons, there's only 700 passengers. Right. That means the experience is very different. It's very personal, it's very social, it feels much more homely, much more intimate. And of course with P&O, it's a British cruise experience with great food, with their food heroes featuring, so again the influence of people like Marco Pierre White on the dining, and great West End style shows still brought to you in that intimate, adult-only environment.
If you do like the idea of these smaller ships, then I want you to bear in mind this is the first time that Planet Cruise have been able to bring this particular cruise to air. The price just dropped yesterday, so you really are onto a hot deal. Now, the other nice thing is that, again, Southampton to Southampton, so you can take as much luggage as you would like.
Yeah, you're right. This is a really unusual itinerary, Paul, actually, and it's lovely. You're going to get a real chance to explore the coast of Ireland in some detail. So a relaxing day at sea, finding your way around that beautiful ship, and then you're going to Dublin. What a great start to your cruise, this gracious and cosmopolitan city on the River Liffey. It's one of Europe's premier destinations, and it's full of trendy coffee houses, the Gull there, which you can go and see, some great lakes and greenland outside the city. But of course inside you've got these Burberry-clad shoppers combing the racks and shelves of some great bargains in Dublin. You've got the St Patrick's Cathedral, built in honour of Ireland's patron saint. You've got Trinity College, of course, where the Book of Kells is kept, which is a fantastic thing to do. And the Guinness Storehouse, you know, go and and find out the home of the black stuff. Go and see how it's brewed. Go and taste it. There's nothing quite like it. And Dublin Castle, one of the oldest surviving, some of the oldest surviving architecture in the city, dates back to the 13th century. From there, another big hitter. Wow, we're going from Southern Ireland now to Northern Ireland to Belfast, stretching along on the River Lagan this time. It's a city of graceful Victorian Edwardian buildings. It was once an industrial giant, of course, famed for its shipyard. It built ships like the Titanic, and in fact, one of the best things to do here is to go to the Titanic experience and see the history of how that ship was built. It's a very moving experience, and I wholeheartely recommend it to you. I really do. You can also go out from here to the Giant's Causeway, regarded as the 8th wonder of the world. My favourite, the Carrick-a-Reedy rope bridge. I've got a picture of my mum and dad on their honeymoon going across the Carrick-a-Reedy rope bridge, and I love that. Okay, from here you're going through to Londonderry, and this is Ireland's second largest city, and it's the only remaining completely intact walled city in Ireland. It's one of the finest examples of a walled city in Europe. These imposing fortifications that are incredible, and this incredible 17th century Gothic cathedral of St Columb. Loads to do there. Moving on though, we've got so much to get in. Killybegs is next. Charming town, the Killybegs in Donegal. A long tradition of fishing here, and a great chance for you to go through and see the carpet making and the home of Donegal Carpets, whose rugs adorn the White House and Buckingham Palace.
Wow.
There we go. Then we're going through to Galway City, located on the west coast now of Ireland, often lauded as one of the most beautiful places in the world. It's the cultural heart of Ireland. Great chance for you to see this rugged Irish coastline that beckons all the way around and wander these coastal paths that are truly stunning. Okay, from here, Foynes, which is Limerick. You can go and see the Foynes Flying Boat Museum, because the first transatlantic flights operated from here at Foynes. There's a great little museum there. And of course, go and see Frank McCourt's footsteps on the Angela of Ashes walking tour. Great thing to do. Then we're going through to Cork. My ex-fiancée is from here, so I'm always very careful when I get off here. It's great. 7th century this was founded. It's a great place to go. Stroll down narrow country lanes. Go and kiss the Blarney Stone. Go and do it. It will really make a difference. Or go and drive the Ring of Kerry. Amazing things to do. If you see Karen, send her my love. And then we're going through to Waterford. This is Tipperary. This is a great chance for you to go and enjoy Waterford Crystal and go and see these beautiful, breathtaking hills and discover Tipperary itself. It's a long way to Tipperary. Relaxing day at sea before we then go through to Guernsey. So this is your port that's now not Ireland. This is the only place that was occupied by the Germans during World War II, and therefore you'll see German fortifications all the way around the island. It's a great thing to do. Do the local buses all the way around, and also go and explore some of the restaurants. There's really trendy eateries with a very high class of dining experience because of all the money that's now in Guernsey. Beautiful place to go, quite warm.
Let's take an opportunity to go through everything that you're going to get on this. £899, and again, bear in mind this is a smaller ship, 700 passengers, so it does feel special. These are newly reduced prices. They just dropped yesterday, and you can have that additional night if you want to. Of course, your parking is included, which is brilliant for £75. 14 nights on board P&O's Adonia. Huge savings to be had on that, and in fact you can get an upgrade for just £100 from an inside to an outside cabin. For £100, it's really worth considering that. Now, don't forget, we've said several times that we are live. These shows are live. This isn't a pre-recording. We've given you some updates and some news already in this show, but right now we're going to take the opportunity to speak to Glenn, who comes from Royal Caribbean. I believe he's got some hot news off the press as well. Glenn, can you hear us?
Hi guys, how are you? I'm actually in the Planet Cruise office, the sales team in here, and we've just had some news from Royal Caribbean actually.
What is that, Glenn? Tell us.
We've just had a deal come in on the Allure of the Seas. It's going to be on the 8th of October. Brilliant new prices. They've got some great deals on at the moment. It's going to end the 23rd of March, so you need to book this as soon as possible. They're doing the inside cabins at the moment from $699, Med Cruise with flights included on that one as well.
And what time are you going to be open until today?
Well, I've just come in today, okay, so I'm going to be here till about 8 o'clock tonight, so we're here and ready, but you really need to get this booked. They're also doing a free upgrade from outside to balcony. Balconies are $845 only, and if you do book the balcony, they're even going to pay your car parking as well. What more could you want?
Brilliant. Let's just recap that deal then. For anyone that's just tuned in, thinking, oh, I missed out on it. It's £699?
$699, 8th of October for 7 nights in Allure of the Seas, including your flights and transfers. Or you can actually upgrade to the balcony cabin from an outside to $845. And also, if you do the balcony cabin, that would include your car parking as well. Price includes flights, overseas transfers, but it ends this weekend, just over the weekend, so you need to get it booked now.
Great. Glenn, thanks so much. We've still got a couple more to get through,
mate.
so talk soon.
Have fun, guys. Cheers.
Bye-bye. Again, you can call the number at the bottom of the screen till 8:30 this evening, 0800 781 5458. But we've got one more cruise to squeeze in. This is my sister's favourite cruise line. She cruised for many years herself. This is Celebrity Cruises. We're going to take you on the Celebrity Solstice. Well, first of all, we're going to get you all the way out to Auckland, so let's have a look.
Yeah, so an opportunity now as we fly you out to this amazing part of the world for a 2-night stay. And again, this is what we do so well at Planet Cruise. We give you a bespoke cruise, tailor-made experiences, straddling a narrow isthmus created by 60 different volcanoes. New Zealand's former capital city is very beautiful. It's full of history and a wonderful selection of different shops. You've got Rangitoto sitting on your front doorstep, which is Auckland's largest and youngest volcano in all its splendour. That's just offshore. You've got the Sky Tower that you saw pictured there, the best place to get a view from the observation deck. You can even do a bungee jump off there. Waiheke Island is right on your front doorstep. You can go over and explore the beaches and the forests and the vineyards. Or, of course, see it all from the Harbour Bridge, which is the iconic, one of the iconic images, really, of Auckland Harbour. Beautiful. OK, then...
That's a great start, isn't it? I'm sure you're going to enjoy your time there, but let's have a look at the ship itself before you start your cruise.
It's amazing to think you've already got that before you even get on the ship. And again, we're the #1 agents, independent agent for Celebrity. Best place to book your Celebrity cruises with Planet Cruise. And this is the Solstice, one of the Solstice class, which is the award-winning class of ships that Celebrity introduced a few years ago, which are based on light, that idea of solstice, that idea of light. And that's because there's so much light used in the construction, so much glass, that everywhere you go, you get a sense of being outside. And of course, it's quite appropriate today with being the solar eclipse.
Yeah, of course.
It's a Celebrity. What we love about them, it's modern luxury. It's a real focus on dining variety and quality. You're seeing here on the Lawn Club, they've got the Hot Glass Show, the Koning School of Glass. That's a live show. They make the glass for you and they blow the glass in front of you out on the open decks. When you go down into the theatre, into the many entertainment lounges of the ship, you get high quality Broadway and West End style entertainment, a chance to dance the night away in the disco with amazing service, a great chance to maybe go and do gambling and win yourself a little bit of money, go and relax in the spa. But for me, the best thing about Celebrity is the dining experience. You know, they've got restaurants on board going for Michelin stars, which is pretty unique in the industry. They have, even on the food that they have on the buffets on deck, they have their Health Through Food programme, SPE certified, where you get food that's sustainably sourced and that's organic and beautiful. And then you've got quirky chances to go and have food with the menus on an iPad. You know, cuisine, and they have like cocktail popcorn shrimp, you know, and it's really fun. So it's not only about the quality of the food, but it's also about that interactive experience. Sushi lollipops.
Yeah,
you know
and you heard
Keith
mention the Lawn Club. The lawn at that Lawn Club is live lawn. That is real grass. It's absolutely amazing.
You can take your shoes off, can't you? And you can just feel it in between your
You really can. It's real grass, which is amazing when you think you're on a cruise ship. Now, of course, we've taken you all the way out to Auckland. Let's have a look at the itinerary itself.
Yeah, so you've already had that 2 days start in Auckland. Then you're getting on the ship. You've seen that beautiful ship that you're going to enjoy just exploring, a day at leisure at sea. And then the Bay of Islands is your first port of call. Many consider this to be the location for some of the world's finest beaches. It's the ideal place to partake in things like kayaking, mountain biking, parasailing, swimming with dolphins and scuba diving, or just sitting and adoring the imagery that's all around you. Then you're going through again now to Tauranga in New Zealand, blessed with bucket loads of sunshine. This is where Captain Cook called the area the Bay of Plenty. And you've got the mud pools of Rotorua on your front doorstep. It's a stronghold of Maori culture and crafts. And it's a great chance for you to go and see these mud pools exploding, these huge geysers pushing water out of the water. You can also go through to the Rainbow Springs, which is spread over 22 acres, a destination for real nature lovers, and explore the trout pools and all the native trees. And you can see the kiwi here Of course, that iconic bird of New Zealand. And a relaxing day at sea before we go through to Wellington. This is New Zealand's capital, offers stunning forested peninsulas, dramatic cliffs and fine Victoria buildings, and it's the best place to go and do a Lord of the Rings tour because so much of Lord of the Rings was filmed out here in New Zealand. Then Akarawa's next. This is on the eastern shores of New Zealand's South Island, and it sits in the shadow of the snow-capped Southern Alps, and again beautiful secluded beaches, quaint boutiques and a harbour full of the rare Hector dolphin. Keep your eye out for them. Then we're going through to Dunedin, and this is great. This is beautiful because this has a real Scottish flavour, really, really stunning. You'll think you're landed in Edinburgh, and the scenery and the architecture borrow heavily from Scotland. You might even hear the bagpipes being played. Wow. Then we're going through to cruise through a series of what they call the Sounds, Dusky Sound, Doubtful Sound and Milford Sound, and this is basically a variety of fjords which are truly stunning. You don't think of these being around New Zealand, but they are. And if you think about the fjords, if you think about Alaska, but on an even bigger scale, it's absolutely incredible. And again, loads of wildlife, from the birds to whales to look out for, and these beautiful, peaceful, tranquil waters where they're reflecting back the imagery around them. Relaxing days at sea before we go through to Tasmania. What an incredible itinerary. Just look at that, how dotted it is. Hobart is the fine deep water harbour for Tasmania, and then you've a chance for you to head out from there, go to the Conservation Park. It's a sanctuary which rehabilitates and releases Tasmania's injured Northland animals. It's great, and it's got the largest kangaroo and wallaby refuge in the whole of this area, and Tasmanian devils, koala bears, wombats, wallabies, golden possums. You can go and say hello to them all, Paul. And again, if you've never hugged a koala, what are you waiting for? It's a life-changing experience. You'll leave your partner, you will marry the koala. They give the best hugs ever. Okay, then we're going for a relaxing day at sea before we go through to Sydney. The holiday's still not over, because although you're getting off the ship, you've now got a 2-night stay in Sydney, in New South Wales, and you're going to see some of the imagery of this iconic city. I mean, I was lucky enough when I got off Queen Mary 2 to have 7 or 8 days here before they flew me out to Hong Kong, and I loved it. You know, it's a city where you have to eat out. It's a city where the locals are all beautiful and tanned, and you know, and kind of enjoy their time on the beaches, and you can do that wonderful walk from Coogee Beach through to Bronte Beach, right along the cliff top. You can go out to Bronte and Bronte Harbour there and enjoy the wonderful kind of feeling of the shopping around the harbour areas. You can go out again into the wine district and see the Blue Mountains, which they once believed were impassable, but now it's the gateway to western New South Wales, lush forests and stunning waterfalls. You've also got a chance to go to the Featherdale Wildlife Park and again see some more koalas. And again, look at the history of Sydney from when it was a penal colony. You can go to the Rocks, and that was the site of the first penal settlement, and you can see the colonial history. And if you go into the pubs there, you'll see the names of the original convicts that were landed. And you can trace. I went there, had it shown round by an Australian friend, and she pointed out her great-great-great-great-grandfather on the wall. Unbelievable. So it's a great thing to do, particularly if you know the locals.
I think it's a trip of a lifetime for many of us. When you think you've got your 2 nights in New Zealand, your cruise, and then 2 nights in Australia, it's an absolute winner. Plenty of dates available to you. It's from £2,049. It's a brilliant deal. Lots of upgrades available for you as well. Don't miss out on this. Your ID number for this one is 79719. That was a big price drop on there, over £500 saving for you. And when you bear in mind, what a brilliant opportunity with a wonderful cruise line celebrity. Don't forget, you've got that lawn club as well. This is a deposit only. So if you're looking at that pricing, Shalashana, it's a deposit only. Now, we've been through 6 cruises throughout this particular show. So let's take the opportunity right now to give you a recap. If you just joined us, I missed out on some of the others. Let's take a moment right now to recap so you can catch up with us or make your mind up, and then call the number at the bottom of the screen and talk to the guys. Any questions you've got that we haven't answered, call the team and they can obviously make it bespoke for you. We started off in the Canary Islands. Now, this is a brilliant trip. It's on the Norwegian Epic with NCL, Norwegian Caribbean Line. Lots of inclusive drinks in that deal, and of course you can get your upgrade to the balcony. You've got the opportunity to enjoy your flights. If you are thinking of any flights from particular airports, then call the guys and talk to them. Let's go on to our second cruise. and this was Caribbean Princess with Princess Cruises. A free upgrade from the interior to the balcony from as little as £649. I mean, that is unbelievable value for money. It is a flash sale, so if you'd like to get your hands on this deal, you do need to book by Sunday. Take advantage of it. And, of course, you can add one night at the Meon Valley Marriott, and it includes your parking for just £75. Big, big savings to be had on that particular one. Then we went to our third cruise, Azamara. What an amazing opportunity. We're talking first class here. 11 nights, and this was Greek, Cyprus, and of course Turkey as well. Return flights included. You got that as amazing evening that we talked about. This is what we call more inclusive rather than all inclusive. So selected drinks and tips also included on that trip. $1,439 is your start price on there. Then went to our fourth trip with Holland, America. HAL as they're often called. And this was the Zaandam. On the Zaandam, we've got a brilliant opportunity. Lots of different dates available for you. Free up to $275 on board spend, which is always nice to have. That gets a lot of your expenditure out of the way right away. 2 nights stay in a 4-star hotel in Santiago, and then, of course, at the other end in Buenos Aires. Then we went to P&O, the Adonia. 700 passengers on here only, so it does feel very, very exclusive. You can add that night at the Meon Valley once again for £75. That includes your parking too. Then you've got 14 nights on P&O's adult-only Adonia. Huge savings available to you on that particular one. And then, of course, our final trip, Celebrity, the Solstice. That trip from New Zealand right across to Australia from £2,000. Just try getting your flights for that sort of money. So it's a brilliant opportunity, and you see lots of inclusives on there. And that's the beauty of this. That's what you want to bear in mind when we're talking about Planet Cruise. Don't think package holiday. The